Hello all you beautiful people out there, what is going on? This is your friend Brady coming at you fast with another Paragon Beast build video, and today we are going to be looking at Grux, the melee jungle destroyer of death. I fucking love this dude, okay? This dude is amazing. He's an easy intro jungler. He's very easy to use and very, very powerful at that, especially with the deck that I have built for him. And we'll get into that right now, real quick. Don't know what I want to say, but look at his basic attack, look at his durability. They are both 6, and his ability power is 1. So that's very important to point out when looking at this deck. You are not going to slot his abilities. You will be using his abilities, don't get me wrong, but the majority of this deck is going to focus on critical hit chance, lifesteal, and attack speed for his basic attack. Now, as somebody pointed out in my last Beast Build video, you actually cannot get critical hits from abilities. You can only get critical hits from melee basic attacks or regular attacks. But, I mean, the one that you always cast, right? You know what I mean, the regular attack. I hope I didn't confuse anyone anymore. But you cannot get critical hits with abilities. That's why we're going to focus on his regular basic attack, because that's where he shines. So he is jungler, he is a melee character. So let's go over the basics for his build real quick, and then we'll talk about it in more detail. You do want a health potion at the start. You're going to want to start off with the health potion, and you are going to want to start off with the Executioner's Key. The Executioner Key already gives you 4% crit chance right off the bat at the beginning of the game, more physical damage, and it also gives you a Harvester Key. This is going to be useful if you're going to be jungling with him. I definitely recommend to jungle with him. He is a really, really good jungler. That's how I'm building him. So, Executioner Key, Health Potion. That's what you get right off the rip. You don't want to worry about Mana Potion. You're not going to be using your abilities to the point where you need to have a Mana Potion on you. And the Scout's Ward, well, you can pick that up later if you really need to. But for starters, Executioner Key and Health Potion is the way to go. Then, once you get that out of the way, you want to just start with a regular attack slash health combo. So right here, I'm going to go over what I have. I have the Wind Carver Blade, which gives me attack and attack speed. Spear of the Rift Hunter, which gives me more physical damage and more crit chance. Amulet of the Veteran, which gives me physical damage and max health. And then I have Brand of the Iron Eater, which gives me crit chance and lifesteal. So we're actually going to start off with, this depends. I usually like to slot Wind Carver Blade first, so it helps me get through jungle mobs quicker. If you feel like you're going to be ganking people more often, I would go with Amulet of the Veteran first, okay? But more often, I would start off with the Wind Carver Blade. Start off with the Wind Carver Blade, get yourself that fully upgrade bonus, which doubles your physical damage and attack speed off the base, excluding the stuff that you slot into there. And the things that we're going to slot in here are actually going to be Vicious Kinetic, which is actually a Fury special. This actually costs 4 to slot in there, but it does increase the attack speed by a lot. We're going to slot in there another Kinetic. Where the hell did my Kinetic? Oh, there we go. We can scroll down. Lol. Okay, Major Kinetic. So a Major Kinetic, a Vicious Kinetic. If you don't have Vicious, then just do 2 Majors. It's all good. And then a Major Strike in the end. So 2 hit speeds, 1 Major Strike in the end. When we slot the Amulet of the Veteran, you want to do 2 Major Strikes and 1 Major Health if possible. So 2 damage, 1 health in the Wind Carver Blade, 2 attack speed, 1 damage. Think of it that way. Then after that, you want to slot either Spear of the Rift Hunter or Brand of the Iron Eater, depending on the situation. I like to go with Brand of the Iron Eater because I feel like this one gives me more of a bonus. It is Fury specific, and Grux is a Fury-based hero, so that's why I have this card. If you don't, then just go with the Spear of the Rift Hunter. But the way you want to slot Brand of the Iron Eater is you actually want to slot it with 2 crit chance and 1 lifesteal, because it already gives you a pretty good bonus of lifesteal. So we're going to go down here to the upgrade cards, and you want to actually go ahead and slot 2 major wounds and then 1 greater drain for lifesteal. And that's how you want to slot that. So 2 on the crit chance and then 1 on the lifesteal. Let me make sure that this is crit chance. This is crit chance. You don't have to worry about critical hit damage because you're going to be swinging your axes so quick with the fast melees. You're going to be getting all these, every single time you hit them, you're going to have a really high crit chance of about 30, 40, maybe even 50%, depending on what point you are in the game. It's going to be very, very high, and you'll just be ripping through people. You won't even notice it. You'll just rip through them. You'll pull them in with your special, you'll rip them up, and just absolutely demolish them. So I kind of tried to give an more in-depth guide to these cards and how to slot them this time around, trying to get better at these guides, trying to also get quicker for them. I will be making a video on Grux, giving you guys in-depth details on how to play with him, how to use his abilities well, how to gank with him specifically, and other stuff like that. But for now, here is his build. So you guys can look over at these cards. You can take a screenshot, pause the video. These are the cards that I have. I have guard cards in here because I actually did have a defensive item in here, which I can actually go ahead and add. If you do want to add a defensive item, I recommend going over to... let us find it real quick. There it is. Tempered Plate, which gives you physical armor and max health. This is useful if you're going up against a lot of other junglers, and mostly every other jungler, at least right now, at this stage in the game, uses melee physical damage, so physical armor is good. Max health, of course, is always good against any situation. So there you guys have it. Start off with the Windcarver Blade, max that out with 2 attack speeds, 1 damage. Then you're going to move on to the Amulet of the Veteran, put in 2 damage, 1 health, in that order. Then you're going to go Brand of the Iron Eater, 2 crit chance, 1 lifesteal. And at that point, you can either go for even more damage if you'd like, or double down on defense with something like Tempered Plate. Usually by the time you get to this third one, the game's pretty much over at that point, because once you get this, every time you hit them, you're going to steal some health from them, and you're just going to be an absolute boss of death and destruction, and it's just going to be unfair. It's totally going to be unfair. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you found it helpful, please drop it a like. Comment on what you thought was helpful. If you didn't understand something, leave down in the comment section below. I will try my best to answer it. And as always, make sure you guys have a wonderful day. Let's click that save